Brothers bit on the side. With England out of the World Cup, there really is only one team for you to support this summer, and it is... Yes! We are going to be kicking it all the way to finale night! Great timing. Another action-packed show we've had tonight. Here's a quick recap.
I just feel emotionally and mentally exhausted.
No, I really like you. This is what should do. No, I really like you. I really respect. I wish I could be more like you when you say stuff. Fuck off.
I'm telling you right now, Ashley, we're done. We are through. I will never speak to her outside this house.
I'm gonna have to smack her. I swear to God.
He calls me a fucking bitch one more time.
I know that on the outside world, I would never break his heart.
When I told you Hurricane Toya was brewing, or Hurricane Toya arrived.
Either he's an alcoholic or he's not genuine. It's one of the two.
I'm not casting you with the same brush. I'm not doing that at all.
I hope not, because if you were, I would be really upset.
Charlie, put some of that water back in pool.
Finally, some laughs in the house, and we all breathe a slight sigh of relief before it goes manic again. OK, let's meet tonight's panel. I think it's quite fair to say that it's one of the poshest lineups we have ever assembled. They might not know the price of a pint of milk, but there is nothing they don't know about Big Brother. First up, she is the former housemate who takes posh to a whole new level. She isn't afraid of sharing her opinions, and she doesn't mind spending an entire shopping budget on chocolate. It's the brilliant Big Brother 13's Caroline! Next up, a national treasure and pantomime dame who knows a thing or two about winning a reality TV show. Here to give the housemates his best survival tips. He is the king of the jungle. It's Biggins! And finally, this girl fiddled her way to the final of Britain's Got Talent. She's posh, she's talented, and she's got a name that sounds like a salad leaf. Iceberg lettuce ahead. It's fantastic.
Really was. Excellent.
Thanks so much. OK, so we've got loads to chat about. Let's get straight on with it. So tonight we saw Hurricane Toya. She was whizzing around the house. She's kind of staying away, though, from most of the housemates tonight, especially while that pool party was in full swing. And what a pool party it was. Biggins, is it a bad tactical move, though, to stay away from the fun in the house?
Of course it is.
Should she try and integrate?
Because she's going to be... she's on the eviction list. And I think she should be showing that she can join in more. I think she's got a really bad attitude. I think, you know, she's not joining in, she's not... She thinks she's above everything. And, you know, I think what she did tonight by not going in to the pool or having fun with everybody will go against her.
So isolating herself.
Isolating herself, even more than she's isolated already.
She has said that she's not going to have any more arguments with anybody in there.
I don't believe her.
I don't know if I believe her.
No.
Letters, what do you think? Do you believe her?
Well, I just think a lot. No, I think that it's really hard to... Hello. So I think it's really hard to make a promise and that you just can't hold, and she has no idea what's going to happen in the house, so she can't just make promises like that.
She definitely will have more arguments.
Caroline thinks she definitely will. What do you lot think? Is Toya going to carry on arguing?
To be honest, I think Toya's trying to be like Pauline. Now Pauline's left.
Do you think she's trying to step into
She's
the
trying to
mother
step
role?
into her shoes, yeah.
Okay. Anything else about Toya? Will she carry on arguing?
Yeah, I think she will. Definitely. I think she's stuck in her ways now.
Okay.
So I think
she's like the leader of the
leader of the
house.
pack. Yeah.
There is so much giggling going on over there, and with my Birmingham accent as well, the level of high pitchedness in this studio tonight is going to break sound waves probably. Now Kimberly's worried that Toya is influencing Ashley too much. Do you think she's right to be worried, Caroline?
I think Ashley is independent and old enough to have gone through the Big Brother application process.
Yeah.
So therefore, surely she can make up her mind on people and have her own opinion.
Like watching her, do you feel like she's influenced by people?
I think maybe she is easy to influence, but yet she can make her own decision, and she is a grown woman, and everyone keeps being like, she's only 18. I mean, I was about that age when I went into the show, and no one said that I was easily to influence. Like, let's be honest, she is old enough to make her own decision.
Yeah, and you clearly spoke your own mind as well,
exactly.
didn't you?
And she comes across perhaps like a small little mouse, but she is independent enough to be in Big Brother, so surely it's fine. Like,
what do you think? Is Ashley influenced by the others in the house?
No, I don't think she's influenced at all. I think with Toya and her, I think it's just like gossip, banter with each other. I think Ashley's coming out of herself a bit. She's getting to speak more and coming out.
She's been quite quiet, hasn't she?
Yeah, very quiet.
She's been
in the background and not noticed.
Taking everybody in.
Yeah, but now she's coming out.
I love that. Tag team these two. Tag team for the next hour. And they'll just keep talking. Yeah, honestly, that's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
She's got more to give, Ashley, I think.
You wait and see. She's
got more to give. Toya out, and I think
honestly, honestly, you wait and see.
Honestly, I swear to God it's true. Now, tonight we saw Ash, I have to get serious now, about Jarlath when she jumped into the pool, which I felt felt so bad, and I thought it was really rude of Ash when he said, Jarlath, put some water back in. It was just a low blow, it was uncalled for, it was quite mean, I thought.
It was true though,
wasn't it? I shouldn't have an opinion that...
Well, no, she's a big girl, a lot of water went out.
But it wasn't physically possible to put it back in, so it was a pretty redundant
just a little manly joke.
It was sexist and horrible. I hated it.
It was kind of... It just felt like a side swipe under his breath, though. One of those kind of, you know, to the not cool kids in the house. Lettice, how did you feel about it?
Well, I just think looks shouldn't be spoken about like that. You know, and he has no idea what she's gone through in her life. Like, you know, and he just because he might be fortunate on the look side of things doesn't mean that he can then just slate other people, and I just think that's quite mean.
You're a wiggler, aren't you?
I know, I'm very hyperactive.
You are back and forth.
Wiggling around.
We saw a little task tonight as well. We had the trust task, which I thought was highly amusing when Danielle had to put her head. She did so good though. She didn't give up, she kept persevering. It was the trust task. Can you ever really genuinely trust anybody in there, though?
Yeah, I absolutely think you can. But some people in that house...
Would you trust somebody this year with the theme of the show? I was going to say Secrets and Lies, but that was last year. You know, would you trust somebody if you didn't know they had the power? Is it that easy?
A few of them come across pretty rogue, like Kimberly. I think she's a shady lady. And a few others, but I think some of them genuinely can be trusted, honestly. Like, I think Mark is pretty genuine and normal.
He kind of says it how it is as well, Mark.
He does, he says it how it is.
But without offending people. He just seems to be able to...
Yeah, he's just hilarious. He's so diplomatic. I love him. He's great.
I tell you what I would like to see, you and Mark on a night out.
I would love to see that too.
Now, Danielle is getting bored of Kimberly going on about Stephen, apparently. What do we think of this whole thing? There seems to be a strange thing going on with Danielle and Kimberly. Do you think she's jealous that maybe she has a soft spot for somebody? Or do you think she doesn't buy it, it's not genuine?
I think that Kimberly is the person that Danielle wants to be. So,
oh, really?
Yeah. So I think that. So I think you can see the confidence and that Kimberly's got when she's just around people. It just comes out. And you've got Danielle who really, I don't think she knows who she is.
Well, that's kind of what Toya said, didn't she?
Yeah.
You know, on the VT, she was very much one person in the house, a kind of shell of who, you know, the woman that she'd seen. Biggins, you just said you agree.
I agree totally. I think Danielle's odd. She's a very strange girl. I mean, a religious wearer of underwear. I find that very odd. I mean, a model for underwear.
And sometimes minimal underwear.
I know. Isn't that strange? Man, she's got big... you know, arthritis. No, she's got big, you know...
She's got a couple of lovely friends.
She's got a couple of lovely friends, so I suppose that looks quite good. But what sort of things does she have? I mean, apart from bras and panties, is it well-known, bras and panties?
No.
No.
Have a little look on the internet.
Yeah, I don't think I will, but it's very nice of you to ask.
Well, funnily enough, saying that, tonight there has been talk of a double photo shoot, hasn't there?
Oh,
with
yes.
Are you looking forward to it, Biggins?
That's unpleasant.
No, I'm not looking forward to it.
What I thought one of the really nice things about tonight, as we kind of mentioned at the beginning of the show, was we finally saw a tiny little bit of fun. They had a pool party.
The swimming
pool. It was the worst
Hilarious.
party ever. I know, but considering the 2.5 weeks we've had, that was like monumental fun.
Danielle was having the best time of her life.
Cray-cray. She was like, I'm going to get on these shoulders. And then she was like, oh, my boobs are there.
It was the first time I laughed in the whole series. Because the whole thing, they were having fun, and it was great.
Yeah.
It was, you know, that pool is to be used, and they used it, and it was great, bombing everybody and getting in there on people's shoulders. It was great.
And it was kind of nice to see both sides as well.
Absolutely.
You know, the kind of so-called cool kids and the so-called not so cool kids.
Yeah.
Danielle, she had she tried a cigarette. A glass of wine. I think she dropped the F-bomb without being in an argument. Do you think she's like good girl gone bad? Is the house corrupting her?
What is it, darling? What have you dropped?
Has lettuce just fallen off the chair?
Sorry. I've been fidgeting so much, sorry.
Oh, careful, your violin!
She's dropped her fiddle.
Now her violin's gone.
Oh, no.
Are you all right?
Well,
very quickly.
I think Danielle is so offensive in so many ways. She believes that women should be chained to the kitchen sink and that she doesn't like the objectification of women, but yet she obviously has these extremely anti-feminist ideas, and it's 2014, and I really think she needs a reality check because it's not okay to think that. Like, she thinks that men should speak to women in a different way because they're helpless and, you know, they need sympathy, and it's painful to watch.
So not a Danielle lover then.
No,
I think that's what she's saying. Guys, thank you very much. Still to come, we're going to be getting... You can clap, it's fine. We're going to be getting all touchy-feely with body language expert Julie James, but Friday night sees another eviction when you'll be making another housemate homeless, and they're going to be let on the mean streets of Borehamwood High Street. So who goes? You decide! This week, Ash, Chris, Christopher, Danielle, Jarlae, Marlon, Toya and Winston all face a public vote. Who goes? You decide. From a landline, call 090 20 44 58 and add the number of the housemate you want to evict. From a mobile, call 650 58 and add the number of the housemate you want to evict. For Ash, add 01. For Chris, add 03. For Christopher, add 04. For Danielle, add 05. For Jarlae, add 07. For Marlon, add 10. For Toya, add 15. For Winston, add 16. Mobile and BT landline votes cost 50 pence. Other landlines may vary. Or you can vote via the new Big Brother app, where 2 votes will cost you 99 pence. Voting closes in Friday's eviction show. Votes cast after the lines close won't count. You can find terms on the Big Brother website. The show that serves up more ballsy action than 2 weeks at Wimbledon. Here's an exclusive, thank you.
This is a public plea. Please get me out of this madhouse. I can no longer cope. I'm choosing to remain sane. Please get me out of this madhouse where people find joy out of throwing fish at each other. I want out.
Big brother, this place, it's driving me insane. I'm cracking up here. My bendy rollers won't even stay in place. That's how frazzled my mind is. If anyone takes any of my personal possessions, to play a prank in this house, I am going to go bananas. And if people don't respect the fact that I own certain things and they want to use it to further their mission in playing pranks, I will be up and out of here, because I am not playing that game. I refuse. If that makes me boring, I am boring.
She is not playing that game. There is more on all the fish stuff that she just mentioned in that clip later on in the news. OK, so in the last few days, we've seen more shouting, bitching, tears and tantrums than a night on the town with Ryan and Louisa. Here to explain exactly what our housemates' bodies are telling us is everybody's favourite body language expert, Dame Judy James. I'm exhausted. I'm just exhausted. 2.5 weeks in, I'm so tired, but I'm like that, can't stop watching. So what changes have you seen in the last week with our groups that have kind of formed in there?
Ostensibly. My word of the week, yeah. A bit posh down this end as well tonight.
Yes, there's lots of poshness happening. I love it.
It's split it in two. Toya's split it in two. I call it castration wars, because she has divided and polarised the men from the women. I mean, there are subgroups as well.
Right.
But when Pauline was in charge, she had this kind of mother vibe going on, and the men were very powerless at that point, but they lived with it because they were being her kids, and they sort of got away with it.
Like your mum was there?
Yeah, and they were playing and they were pretending to fancy the girls and everything like that. But Toya's just completely hit them where it hurts, and she's actually pushed them into a place where they've had to form a team. And they've had to form a team against the rest of the house. They've kind of got to protect their manhood, really. And it's been a very strong effect. And Helen is with that man's group, by the way.
Well, she said that in tonight's show, didn't she?
Yeah.
Should we have a little look at Hurricane Toya in action? Here we go.
Let me tell you something. We're all adults in this room.
Right.
We are all adults, and I have
Well,
never...
do not tell me to calm the fuck down, then.
Ash, let me tell you something. I have never,
if you're going to speak to everyone, tell everyone.
Disrespected you.
Right.
Don't
you just did right then. You just did right then.
I spoke to everybody.
Exactly. So you disrespected everybody.
Oh, you know what, Ash? I'm not even going to have a conversation. I'm a prick.
Don't.
How dare he call me a prick? Is he fucking... Is he mental? And he had the cheek to ask me why I saved Kim over him. Even if I saved Kim over him, who the fuck are you? Don't talk to me like that. Is he fucking mad? That guy Ash is mad. But I'm glad everybody now has seen everyone's colours, and that's exactly what me and Matt wanted to happen.
That's how I
So
feel.
you know what? They're focusing on the wrong thing. Me and Matt didn't even get to vote. So how stupid are they?
Well,
everybody has now seen Winston's true colours. Winston's playing a game. He's here to win. Everyone open their fucking eyes.
So I'm going to ask you, how do you think she dealt with the argument?
Really well. I mean, she is bizarrely grandiose. I mean, worryingly grandiose. She used the phrase, was it tonight, where she said, I would not have an audience with those people. I mean, she was brought in as a democratically voted-in leader, so they expected her to be on their side. Instead of that, she kind of channeled Madonna and Evita, didn't she? I mean, she's been so grand. She's always up on the balcony. She's quaffing champagne. She's got her chin up. And you saw when she was attacking there, it's toe-to-toe screaming. She does this beaking thing with her hand, which is a precision gesture and an attack. So it says, I'm totally right and you'd better obey me. So a very strange mixture, very strange.
I know you're probably all going to boo me now, but I think it was quite a shame, to be honest, because I think the reason she gave for taking their votes away, saying otherwise it's going to be the same people up week after week, they're going to pick off those people who they think are the weakest. And I think she's absolutely right in trying to mix up who is up for eviction, rather than it being Danielle and Christopher every single week. Let the cool kids get up as well at some point. So I think from that point of view, she was absolutely right in what she said. It was just a shame that she got so defensive immediately and her tone raised her voice and then the argument happened.
No, that's right. I mean, so we've had Pauline's maternal bossiness, but now we've got somebody that's miming physical fight. And that, you see, the guys can't fight physically. They can't actually use the strength strength that they've got, because then they would be seen as bullying. I mean,
will they ever win over Toya then?
I think that in the long game they probably will, because if she goes, etc. And I think if they can contain themselves, I think that the problem that they've got, and if you saw the body language, is because she's hitting them where it hurts. If you saw Ash before that started, he was standing behind her chair questioning the nominations, and he started to do these little pelvic thrusts going on. Marlon's been the same. He sits in the diary room talking about her, kind of protecting his crotch and doing this gesture. She's literally hitting them completely where it hurts.
So do you think they feel emasculated?
They do. I mean, these are guys that see themselves as quite sexually desirable, and she's removing that from them, and they won't be able to stand for that. They've had to stand up, but the minute they stand up against her, if she starts crying or anything, and the words that they've actually been calling her a prick, haven't they? That's how much it's focused around that part of the body.
It's quite rude, though.
But they're seeing her as being physically attacked almost in a masculine way. But they're on a bit of a hiding to nothing, because they can't use their strength. And I don't think they can't outshout her. I don't think you and me together couldn't outshout her.
I'd have ran over the wall and out of the compound. I'd have been terrified. How do you think that argument is going to affect the house now? What ripples will it have?
I think we've got some strange little formations going on, and some of them are sort of scurrying for cover. I like the way that what I call the runts, and I don't mean that badly, I mean the ones that were maybe not up there with the strongest alphas in the house, but they're beginning to have their moment now. So somebody like Christopher is actually being more fun. You know, I love watching him in that egg exercise. I think we're seeing he's more confident. Jarlath's pretty sweet, isn't she? I mean, she was sitting there and she refuses to be drawn in.
She's another one like Mark, isn't she? She kind of refuses to be drawn in. She'll have her opinions and she's quite happy to say them, but she doesn't need to shout them at you or force them on you. She'll just kind of say, this is kind of how I see it, and kind of like it or lump it.
And we're seeing what we want. I mean, we've had the rows. I think we do want the fun now, don't we? Because I was sitting there laughing, watching them, and it was a relief after all of that argument.
Does Toya have a kind of group? Does she have allies in there apart from Ashley, do you think?
I don't think she's got any real allies at all. I mean, I think there's some people that are sort of washed up sitting on her bed. I mean, Aisling, she is very like, as you said, she's an adult, but she's not really had a place in the house. She's the only one that I think sees her as a mother figure. She always sits there with a little teddy bear listening to what comes out of Toya's mouth, but I think she could just as easily flip somewhere else. Danielle is just lovelorn. She wants to actually be back in the other team with Kim. I mean, she's just, the minute Kim goes like that, she'll be back there.
What did you think of the gentleman's comment that he thinks Danielle wants to be Kim?
I think that's probably, yes. And, you know, the fact that she's already trying to engineer photo shoots together and things like that. I think Kim actually is so fascinating, because even when you see her in the diary room, she's still very controlled. I'm not seeing any leakage from her at all, no. So I'm not sure she's got that kind of aggressive side.
Away, is she?
No.
We did see some play fighting tonight. Lots of people seem to be in very good spirits, whether naturally or through alcohol. Do you think that's the real case in there, or are they hiding kind of what is actually going on?
You know I'm going to go sinister on this one. It's play fighting, it's testing parameters, but for the boys, this is the only chance they're getting, apart from the pranks, which you saw Toya's the effect of the prank, don't prank me. It's a soft way to attack physically, so those boys were showing themselves off physically. And did you see what happened when Chris got in the water and Ash literally picked him up and lifted him out of the water? It was like a crocodile drowning its prey. You know, that's because Chris actually put them up for nomination before. But it's a gentle way to fight with strength, although I noticed that the girls were joining in and looking just as strong. I mean, Helen, when she came up with Kim on her shoulders...
Kimberly was like, oh my goodness, we won. She was like, I know, I knew we'd win. It was like, whoa.
So those fights are about them trying to get slightly back, that kind of physical thing back, and just to show we could if we wanted to.
Judy, as ever, thank you so much for being here. Judy James, everybody. Stay tuned, because after the break, we're going to be talking all things Stephen, the man who wants to be Prime Minister one day. Let's hope that never, ever happens. Caroline, take us to the ads, please.
See you there.
On this side, the show that is guilty of having a game plan. Our strategy is simple. Get through this part, head down the spoons, neck a quick shot, drinks are on me. Here's another exclusive.
Well, I can see it in her face. She just looks absolutely miserable. And with me and Ashley, I know she's very protective around Toya, so I don't mention anything. I'm just going to let her deal with it how she feels. But I'm just thinking for you, if you feel like it's getting to the point where you're getting really, it's overwhelming for you, just try and go and, you know, Toya or me or anyone else you feel comfortable with, just to kind of mix it up, or even just, you know, like Mark and Matt and stuff like that. Just be aware of it, because it's kind of noticing. For me, I've noticed it now.
Yeah. I think Toya genuinely thinks she's going to go on Friday and she won't. So I'm just scared that if she doesn't go, she's going to like contemplate walking out. And I think if she did that, I don't think Ashley would, but I think Ashley would contemplate it.
But Ashley, I think you need to have a... It's up to you what you do, but I don't feel personally comfortable speaking to Ashley, because I feel that she's going to think I'm on about Toya in a bad way.
Right,
but
I'll try and have a word with her.
You see for yourself, if you think that that's the case, because you know better than I do.
No, I know she's talked about going home a lot, but I think it's because Toya's mentioning it.
If you want to go home, the door is there. If you don't want to go home, stay where you are. Stop moaning about it. Now, it's time to turn the spotlight onto one of this year's shrewdest business operators. He's the man who says he always outdoes his rivals, would choose money over love, and wants to be Prime Minister. But then he cries like a baby as soon as he's nominated. So who is the real Stephen? This is how he got into our house.
Being powerful is extremely important to me. In this world, you get one chance, and you either be successful or you'll be a drip.
My name's Stephen Good, I'm 23 and I'm from Bushey, Hertfordshire. I'm not going to come in and act the clown like most of the other circus acts outside. I'm just going to come in, be myself and show, you know, people that I'm real and I'm here and I want to be a part of it. I've got the business, I've got the Mercedes, I've got the private number plate, I've got the tinted windows, I've got the properties, I've got a good family, I've got a reasonable selection of friends. I don't tend to have a lot of friends because no one's really on my level. And I'm just like, I've travelled the world, I've been to over 100 countries, I've loved, I've lost, I've been happy, I've been sad. I've got everything I need in life. So what's the next step for me? I seem to attract an older woman, a cougar, someone who thinks they want to look after me. I would say that I've slept with more married women than unmarried women, that's for sure. And I've been round the block a little bit. It's not the right thing to say because I know it sounds a bit awful, but I'm not inexperienced, put it like that. There is no better person worldly enough to go into this house who's going to be completely straight up front. I'm not claiming I'm a fake villain. I'm not claiming I'm this outrageous person. I'm a circus clown. I'm real. And the difference is there's not a 23-year-old like me who's been through what I've been through. And you can put a house full of clowns in there who will make you laugh for 10 seconds. But the difference is I'm going in being the nice guy that I am. And I'm going in to say I'm not taking any shit and I'm going to take control of my destiny. And I think I'm the best candidate out of all the candidates to be put into the house this year.
So that's Stephen, who has made Biggins fall asleep by the looks of it.
Oh, sorry.
So let's start with the ruthless businessman. Are you buying it?
No, I am not buying it at all. What business? Do we know what business he's in?
Yeah, what is it?
No. I mean, I think he's honestly... I think with all reality TV shows, the secret is to be real. And he's going on about that, but he's the least real of everybody.
What do you not find real about him?
Everything. I think he's... I don't think there's one shred of truth in that boy. I mean, he's acting. He's trying to pretend to be everything, but being nothing.
Putting on a front.
Putting on a front. He's embarrassing.
He seems much more emotionally needy in the house than he did in his profile VT, than he did in his
when he
audition
cried
tape.
last week.
He was weeping. But we just, you know, the kind of way I'm emotionally, mentally and physically attracted to you. All of that. Do you think Lettuce is just a big softie at heart? It's all bravado with him?
I do like it when people cry because it shows their true self, and it shows that they're not too worried about what people think of them, and so they're a bit stronger, I think.
But I think he
when
cries.
They show their emotion.
It's also ridiculous. He was crying because
he's being voted off.
Yeah, I mean, really.
That was the reason he was crying.
But he wanted to be on Big Brother, though.
Get a grip, Stephen.
But I don't really warm to him, though.
No.
You don't want him. Caroline,
really...
let's ask you. He does talk a lot about what the public might be thinking, the way that they're viewing him. Is that a bad thing to do when you're in there? You know,
of course,
he's kind of almost obsessively wondering what are they making of him. So does that necessarily, does that automatically mean he's just always thinking about what he's doing and how he's coming across?
Firstly, the guy is just deluded.com. Like, he thinks he's like this power guy, then you see him crying, and what is this business? It's probably like a cupcake business or something ridiculous. And secondly, like, completely moronic to go on and on and on about what the public are thinking when the public only cherish the quality of being yourself. So why is he being so stupid? Like, obviously, the public just want to see someone that's genuine and real and not fake. So if he goes on and on and on about being someone that the public likes, then he's an idiot.
If he had a If he had a cupcake business, I'd like him more.
So would I love cake. You are the public. What do you make of Stephen?
He has a game plan. Agreed.
Yeah.
I think he does have a game plan, but the way he's playing it is he's so intelligent. Like, the way he's overanalyzing it. Oh, what will the public think of me? I think he has a game plan and he's playing it with Kimberly. Yeah. I think he knows the show and he's intelligent enough to know, okay, the first week I was a bit over the top. This week I'm going to try and get with the only available girl, you know, so he's gone with Kimberly.
She did say she was seeing somebody, though.
Exactly. He obviously knows no boundaries and he's got no respect, so he's going for Kimberly. I think he's got a huge game plan.
Yeah.
Okay, he describes himself as being the boss of his family. How do you think he'll get on if he's given the power biggins? Will it go to his head? Do you think he'll be quite sensible with it?
I think it will go absolutely to his head. I mean, I think he won't know what to do. He'll be so impossible. It'd be fascinating to watch.
But could his head be bigger? That's the question.
Oh, I think it can. I think it can. I think we've got plenty of room for scope for the head.
As he has already said, and we've seen, he is a successful businessman, yet he says he doesn't have a game plan. Do you think he should have one, Caroline? Is that a kind of crazy mentality to go in there with? If you're that bright, you know, as this lady said.
I mean, I actually doubt his high IQ. Like, I don't really think he's that bright. And secondly, I think this whole game plan business, I mean, if it's literally just being as nice to everyone as possible, then yeah, of course he has a game plan. Everyone has a bloody game plan. Even if they're not in Big Brother, they have a game plan. Like, obviously you want to appease people. You want to be really, really nice and come across really amenable and really loved and things like that. So yeah, if you see it like, I suppose, yeah, he has a game plan. But you can't have a game plan for 9 weeks on the show. Like, it squeezes everything out of you. Of course it is.
Should we talk to Lynn, his mum?
Oh, yes.
Hi.
We talk to Lynn quite often. Hello, Lynn. Are you all right?
Hello. How are you? Yeah, I'm well, thanks.
Good. Now, we've just been talking about how much he worries about what the public think of him. You know, it's like he's constantly speculating about what they're thinking of him. So, therefore, is he acting differently, do you think? Should he stop second-guessing?
No, I think the panel are right. You know, that he's gone into Big Brother. He knows what Big Brother's all about, and he knows that the outside world and there is an inside world. And I do think that he's obviously thinking about how he's coming over. I do agree with the panel on that.
And what about tonight with Kimberly? We've seen him try and edge a little bit closer to her. She doesn't give much away. Kind of brushed him off a little bit. What do you think of her now? I know I ask you this every week when I speak to you.
Well, I'm a little bit confused because on launch night in the family and friends section, I was introduced to a guy who said that Kimberly was his girlfriend. Right. However, in the show, she said that she was dating and had no commitments. So Stephen's gone in there thinking there's no commitments. Yeah. But I'm wondering if she has got a boyfriend and where is he and, you know, whatever. But, you know, is she playing the game? I don't know because he's definitely melting around her. He obviously likes her, but I don't know whether she really likes him as much as he likes her.
Lynn, it's Biggins. Is he your... Hello.
I still love
Lynn,
you.
Is he your only child?
No, I've got 4 children. I've got 3 boys and a girl.
Oh, my goodness, well done.
And we didn't have any television in our house.
And are they all like him?
No, completely different.
Oh,
completely different.
And do you actually work for him?
Do you know what? We boast him. They like his mum and dad, me and my husband, and the 2 boys work for him. And that's dead true.
But Lynn is very switched on because she mentioned the word cringe very early on. I liked that, Lynn.
I know, but I'm honest. Yeah. I'm a viewer too.
Good girl.
Well, Lynn, listen, I know you said that you got introduced to somebody that said they were Kimberly's boyfriends, and she did mention that she was seeing someone. Funnily enough,
we've
we've got him on the phone right now. Wow. Hello, Lynn. Is he your only child?
No, I've got 4 children. I've got 3 boys and a girl. Oh, my goodness, well done. And do you actually work for him?
I do.
I do know what? We boast him. They like his mum and dad, me and my husband, and the 2 boys work for him. And that's dead true.
this is Sasha. Sasha, are you Kimberly's boyfriend or are you just seeing each other?
We're boyfriend and girlfriend for a long time.
Okay. How long have you guys been together?
More than 3 years.
Oh, my goodness.
Right, so it's not just dating then, it's a pretty long, substantial relationship. So how has it been for you watching Stephen and Kimberly's relationship develop?
Well, I can see the illusion of the relationship, the game that Kimberly is good at, and she's carefully keeps the right distance. He's not pushing too far, but not getting too close either. She gives him like a hope, and it's enough to keep a boy like this for a while.
So this, it doesn't bother you watching what's happening. So you're not worried that a relationship is going to develop.
I'm not worried. I don't see why I should be worried. Do I have emotions? Yes, I do, but I'm not worried at all. Like Steven, he's mommy's boy. He can't stop crying. I'm glad they have enough, t-shirts down there. But I don't feel any threat or something.
So as far as you're concerned, this is Kimberly's game.
Yeah, but like I really hope that she's gonna show her other side, the other side that I know. When she's a genuine person that I've got a good heart, and she can't stand when someone is abusing someone. And like right now, she's too afraid to open, and because she don't know who to trust, and she's trying to she's looking to people, and hopefully we'll see real her in a couple of weeks.
Do you think she's been giving him the wrong signals? Do you think she's led him on at all to believe that maybe she likes him?
I think he should understand very soon that it's not genuine, and like because like you can't last. This hope not gonna last for a long time, and like I think he's a smart guy to understand that.
So you think he's going to twig eventually that this is just for her? This is just a friendship that's going to help her along the show.
But I'm sure that Kimberly twists that in her advantage of the whole situation, and like she's gonna go soon.
Okay, Sasha, thank you so much for being on the phone tonight. Sasha, everybody. That was a sneaky little surprise for you all, wasn't it, eh? Still to come, we'll find out why Mark's having a very bad day. Plus, we'll be letting Piggins and Caroline loose in the reality.
Oh.
We'll see you very soon. On the side, this show that, unlike Toya, doesn't mind lowering our standards to entertain the nation. Thank you. Here's the news. At 11:47 this morning, Ashley and Toya were discussing Helen's involvement in the previous night's prank.
And I seen Helen scrubbing all the powder off the floor outside the bathroom that was poured into the thing while everyone else sat in the bed and did nothing. So she was cleaning up all the evidence, even though it had nothing to do with her. And they just sat and watched her. And then Ash, right when the lights came on, when you woke up, then they were trying to look for the piece of fish that was thrown because there was 2 pieces of fish. And Ash, it was down beside Ash's bed, and he was going, "Helen, you left it. I'm not touching it, Helen, you left it." And she was like, "I'm not lifting it, laughing at it now," but it just proves that they just use the fuck out of her. Just to be their wee... She's stupid enough to do it. She's 27. She's a woman, and she's a mother, and she's that thick. I can't look at her without even giving her a dirty look. I can't, because I just can't. She needs to go. She needs to fucking go.
Well, I hate to break it to you, Ashley, but in case you hadn't noticed, she's going nowhere because she's got a ticket to the final. At 12:45, housemates were set the task of taking part in a twerking marathon. I should warn viewers, the next footage contains Ash in Budgie Smugglers.
Will you twerk?
You bend over, I think.
Bend over
and
you go. Is that what you do?
Yeah, come on then.
Fucking unbelievable. Yeah.
just massively embarrassing.
What an absolute bunch of twerks. Thanks. At 2:19 this afternoon, Big Brother played into the house the nominations for Ash, Winston and Marlon.
This is Big Brother.
My second nomination.
What the hell is this?
The reason I'm nominating Ash is because of the antisocial behaviour that I've witnessed. Why do you need to sit and discuss at length people that you hate?
Charlie just chatted bare shit. Charlie!
Calm down, Ash.
Oh, fuck off, you maggot.
Wow, it's a bit of a strong reaction.
You don't need to say things like that to
Man,
people.
don't tell me off, I do what I want, mate.
I will tell you that.
Well, I won't listen.
Well, I'll tell you it again, then I'm not Ash, you don't need to listen.
Alright.
Calling people maggots, what the fuck?
Well, it's just a straight up lie, innit?
My second nomination is Winston. I've noticed when I went into the bathroom after Winston, the toilet seat will be left up or the toilet hasn't been flushed.
Fucking hell.
I'm not that messy. I'll clean up after myself.
Is it you that's doing not toilet stuff then, Winston?
No, I've got an argument with that seat up and seat down business anyway. Because like we put the seat up, make sure the stuff's on it, and then the girl should put it down.
No!
Here we go. My first nomination is Marlon. I feel slightly awkward sometimes around him.
That nomination. Remember?
Yeah, you spoke to me about it. So that's all right.
That was the first 2 days, and then next day I was like, why do I nominate Marlon? Do you know what I mean?
Don't worry about it, pal.
We've been chatting bare shit for years, Ash. What's your problem? That's today's news. Biggins and Caroline should be... Yes, you're there!
We're
What's
here.
happening up there?
Sorry, what did you say?
What's happening up there, Biggins?
Oh, well, Ash is sure that people he knows on the outside... Oh. Well, all right. Someone's saying shush. Oh, too loud. OK. Sorry. Ash is sure that people he knows on the outside will be voting to evict him. They'll hate me on air, some people.
And Toya says to Charlie and Ashley that the fish in the pillow prank last night wasn't at all funny and that she'll have to sleep with one eye open.
Oh, and Winston and Ash had a sword fight in the kitchen. Winston declares we are Spartans.
And Marlon reckons it's between him and Toya on Friday. Stephen asked him if he thinks he has a chance and he retorts with, "Of course I do, she's a girl."
Terrible. Toya is having a bitch to Ashley and Danielle. She said, I don't think Helen's a strong girl. She's two-faced. She also said that Kimberly is a fucking idiot. And that she never met anyone as stupid as Winston. Ashley calls Marlon a vile creature.
And some of the nominations have been played out on the TV in the living room. Christopher is feeling like a bit of a prick. After his Marlon nomination was shown, he's trimmed my beard and my hair, and he has been a mate in here, but who the hell else should I have nominated?
Exactly. Thank you so much for being in the reality
It's
gallery.
our pleasure. I'm sorry I was so loud.
It's perfect. They were perfect. Should we mooch over here? I don't even know what mooching means. Mooch is when you, like, look at stuff.
I thought it was like snogging.
Oh, no, it's
Mooching.
smooch.
Oh, that's a
We can do that if you want.
Ian!
Ian?
Right.
What's happening online?
Tomorrow morning we're launching a poll on the website bigbrother.channel5.com for tomorrow night's bots, and it's all
Right.
going to be focusing on housemate rivalries, so look out for that tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Today we've got a VT, special VT from Louisa Zisman, looking at the stock values of the housemates, who's risen and who's fallen.
Oh,
you can see
okay.
that now.
Wonderful.
And we've got tweets discussing Stephen, as discussed earlier,
Yeah.
and my glorious assistant.
Hello. Jack Gillespie from Twitter says he's a grown man that acts like a 13-year-old crybaby mummy's boy.
Yeah, so fairly anti,
It's going to
but
be quite emotional.
there is
isn't it?
a fan site on Twitter for Stephen called #TeamStephen,
Aw.
and they said there's more to come from Stephen, so the public need to give him a chance.
That's sweet. He's very David Brent, isn't he?
Yeah.
Done.
And Ian Lee.
Oh, yeah. Anything else?
We've got more tweets.
Well, I've got a few
Yeah, go on
here.
then.
Daniel Cook says Stephen just needs to decide whether he's going to play the lost boy role or try for an alpha male. It's boring watching him change.
Okay, thank you very much for those Stephen comments. Send your comments
Thank
into the
you.
guys online. We'll try and read them out tomorrow. That is all we have time for this evening. But fear not, because we will be back here tomorrow night with Big Brother 12's Tom O'Connell, all right, Bab, Geordie Shaw's Holly Hogan, and the one and only booby lover himself, John McCormick, in the words of Caroline. Hello.